Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So like every day, we are reading today also from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 47, Shlok number 64. So today we will complete this chapter. Text 64. So together we will recite this shloka number 66 and I will recite other shlokas myself. 64. Shri Shuka Uvacha Atha Gopiranugyapya Yashodam Nandamevacha Gopanamantrayadasharho Yasyan Aruruhe Ratham. Shukadeva Goswami said, Uddhav, the descendant of the Asharha, then took permission to leave from the gopis and from Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. He bade farewell to all the cowherd men and about to depart mounted his chariot. Tam nirgatam samasadya nano payana panayah nandadayo anuragena pravochan ashrulochanah. As Uddhav was about to leave, Nanda and the others approached him, bearing various items of worship. With tears in their eyes, they addressed him as follows. Purport. Srila Jiva Goswami points out that Nanda and the cowherd men did not approach Uddhav as a formality, but rather out of spontaneous affection for a dear friend of Krishna's. Manaso vrittayo nasyu Krishna padambujashrayah Vacho abhidhayinir namnam kayastat pravarnadishu Manaso vrittayo nasyu Krishna padambujashrayah Vacho abhidhayinir namnam Kayastat prahvanadishu Manaso vrittayo nasyu Krishna padambujashrayah Vacho abhidhayinir namnam Kayastat prahvanadishu. Any devotees would like to? Manaso vrittayo nasyur ayastat prahavanadiju Manaso vrittayo nasyur padambujashrayah Vacho vidhayinir namnam Ayastat prahvanadishu Manaso vrittayo nasyur Padambujashrayah Vacho vidhayinir namnam Ayastat prahvanadishu. Matajis. Manaso vrittayo nasyur Ashraya Vacho vidhayinir namnam Kayastat prahvanadishu. Word meanings, word to word. Manasaha, of the minds. vrittayaha, the functions, naha, our, syuh, may they be, Krishna, of Krishna, padambuja, of the lotus feet, ashrayah, taking shelter, vachaha, our words, abhidhayini, expressing, namnam, his names, kayah, our bodies, tat, to him, prahvana, adishu, engaged in bowing down, and so forth. Translation and purport by the humble disciples of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Nanda and the other cowherds said, may our mental functions always take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. May our words always chant His names. And may our bodies always bow down to Him and serve Him. Purport. Translation we will say responsibly. Nanda and the other cowherds said, may our mental functions always take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. May our words always chant His names, and may our bodies always bow down to Him and serve Him. Purport. The residents of Vrindavan were firmly convinced that even if they could not have direct association with their beloved Krishna, they would never be indifferent to Him. They were all topmost pure devotees of the Lord. I will read out the other 3 shlokas because His Grace Hemagiri Prabhuji had told to finish this chapter. Karmabhir bhramemananam yatra kvapi ishwarechaya Mangala charitair danai ratirnah Krishna Ishware. Wherever we are made to wander about this world by the Supreme Lord's will in accordance with the reactions of our fruity work, may our good works and charity always grant us love for Lord Krishna. 68. Evam sabhajito gopaih Krishna bhaktya naradhipa Uddhavah punaragachan mathuram Krishna palitam. Shukadeva Goswami continued, O ruler of men, thus honored by the cowherd men with the expressions of devotion for Lord Krishna, Uddhav went back to the city of Mathura, which was under the Krishna's protection. The word Krishna Palitam indicates that even though Uddhav became quite attached to the land of Vrindavan, he returned to Mathura because Sri Krishna was personally displaying his transcendental pastimes there. Krishna vaprani patyaha bhakti udrekam vrajaukasam vasudevaya ramaya ragye chopaya yananya adat. After falling down to pay his homage, Uddhav described to Lord Krishna the immense devotion of the residents of Vraja. Uddhav also described it to Vasudev, Lord Balaram and King Ugrasena and presented to them the gifts of tribute he had brought with him. Thus end the purports of the humble servants of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada to the 10th canto, 47th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Song of the Bee. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruh Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaurava Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam To Jayamudhiraye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Kvaham Daridra Papiyan Kva Krishna Shri Niketanaha Brahma Bandhuriti Smaham Bahubhyam Parirambita Hare Krishna. So we are in the 10th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam has 10 subject matters, and out of them this is the most deep. Ashraya Atra Sarga Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam Utaya Manvantari Shanukata Nirodho Muktir Ashraya. So this is the summum bonum, this is the ultimate rest for a devotee's heart, the sweet pastimes of Sri Krishna, absolute truth. So we are very small to even think of studying the 10th canto in this life, contaminated with so many weaknesses. But I bow down at the dust of the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and all his followers that I may be able to do this service for the pleasure of Vaishnavas as per the authority's order and for my own purification. So this is the last 6 verses of this chapter, when Uddhavji has already spent several months in Vrindavan, spending time with Vrajavasis, Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maiya and the gopis of Vrindavan. So we can see that now Uddhavji is taking permission, Anugyapya. He is taking permission to leave Amantre. So humble, Uddhavji. This is culture. Even in Maharashtra I saw this culture is there, that when somebody is leaving, the person does not say, okay, मैं जा रहा हूँ. The person says, okay, मैं आता हूँ. Like that, right? Taking permission and in that mood of culture. आता हूँ मैं. So then we can see that how Nanda Baba and others, Vrajavasis, Anuragena, with affection they are seeing him off. Not that, oh, I have to be present, otherwise, what will Uddhava think that I did not come when he was leaving Vrindavan. So not to show off, not to prove anything, no, out of affection, out of spontaneous affection for Uddhavji, for he is Krishna's dear friend. So they all have come to see him off. And in this shloka, which is a little surprising, text 66, which we recited, right? Because Nanda Baba is telling, let us remember take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet and chant his names and let us bow down to him always and serve him always. So I then thought of seeing how they are praying like a simple, servant devotees in the mood of dasya. They are unambiguously always, even in ecstasy, they will never forget Vatsalya. So Srila Prabhupada writes in Krishna book, this is humility, or this is Prabhupada writes, extreme separation. Extreme separation. And I was listening one lecture of His Giriraj Maharaj also. So Maharaj was telling that love extreme love is equal to extreme humility. So this is their extreme love, that they are going to the level of extreme humility. That they are praying just like we should pray as sadhakas. And then we can see that they are praying that always we may get love for Krishna. And thus honored, then Uddhavji goes back and describes the whole experience of Vrindavan to Krishna. And then Krishna had very, tough time in deep love for Vrajavasis to hear all through all this. And then he told to Balramji and other Dwarkavasis, Mathuravasis. So we can see that whenever Krishna departs, similar situation we can see. Whether Lord Chaitanya or Lord Ramachandra. We can see when Lord Ram was departing from Ayodhya. Such heart-rending scene is created there. Dasharath Maharaj is falling on the steps only of the palace. He is not able to control himself. And old Brahmanas who cannot even walk, they are trying to run to chase the chariot of Lord Ramachandra. And Lord Ramachandra is feeling so much pain to see these old Brahmanas that they are not able to walk even, or to talk of swift walking, brisk walking. They are not able to even walk, they are falling, but they are not even quitting the chase to stop Ram. But Ram is bound by the promise. And Lord Ram has to leave. Then Lord Ram gets down the chariot and still keeps walking, so that, that they need not feel too much need to run. So how much heart-rending scene is there when Lord Ram is departing? Similarly, when Lord Chaitanya is departing. Anybody remembers when he was departing? Sannyas. He's going to take sannyas, right? That time. What a narration in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Mother Sachi, what she is, feeling. And similarly, when he was going for South India Yatra, we can see what happened with Gadadhar Pandit and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Such heart-rending scene, such, deep emotions in this, different moods are visible. Similarly, we can see when Lord Krishna was departing from Hastinapur, first canto, 10th chapter describes. Right, Lord Krishna leaves Hastinapur to go to Dwarka. So there also few verses are there which I have brought here. We will see what is the scene there in Hastinapur. So not only Vrajavasis, when Krishna leaves, not only they feel heart-rending, but even the palatial residents of Hastinapur, even they have such feelings of Krishna, and they are feeling so heartbroken when Krishna is departing. So Canto 1, chapter 10, shloka number 9 onwards, I will read 6 translations. As soon as the Lord mounted the chariot, Subhadra, Draupadi, Kunti, Uttara, Andhari, Dhritarashtra, Yuyutsu, Kripacharya, Nakul, Sahadev, Bhimsen, Dhaumya and Satyavati all nearly fainted because it was impossible for them to bear separation from Lord Krishna. An intelligent person who has understood the Supreme Lord in association with pure devotees and has become free from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though he has heard them only once. How then could the Pandavas tolerate his separation? For they had been intimately associated with his person by seeing him face to face, touching him, conversing with him, and sleeping, sitting, and dining with him. Tathaiva sparsha samlapa, shayanasana bhojanaiha. Everything they were doing with Krishna, whole day they were with Krishna. How they can forget Krishna? All their hearts were melting for him on the pot of attraction. They looked at him without blinking their eyes and they moved hither and thither in perplexity. So like small children, when father is going to office, a small child is going hither and thither around the father. It doesn't want the father to go to office. Like that, they are. Yeah, SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple. So like small children, they are going hither and thither around Krishna in great perplexity that Krishna is departing now. The female relatives, whose eyes were flooded with tears out of anxiety for Krishna, came out of the palace. They could stop their ears only with great difficulty. They feared that tears would cause misfortune at the time of departure. So they have so much separation, they are not able to control their tears, but they are worried. At the time of departure of Krishna, if we cry, that is inauspicious. Like Lord Rama also told Mother Kaushalya that if you cry, then how my journey will be auspicious. Please don't cry. So in this situation of helplessness also, they are concerned more about auspiciousness for Krishna. Right? So you can see that whenever the Lord departs, the devotees' hearts are shattered. And like here in this situation we see, it's not only Krishna when he departs. Even the devotees who carry Krishna in their heart, Gadabhrita. So even when they depart, it is very heartrending for the devotees at the back. Like Srila Sanatana Goswami, while staying in different villages of Raja, when he will depart from one village to the other, the residents of that village which he is leaving, they will be so much heartbroken that the whole village will want to come with Sanatana Goswami to the next village. We cannot live without you. We want to be with you. We can see. Right? Because you are so dear. So dear. Not that, he was very smart or beautiful looking or, 6 feet high. No, but because he carries Krishna in his heart, manifesting or exuding through his behavior and dealings. Similarly, we can see our Brajavasi, Srila Prabhupada, 1967, I believe, when he was coming back to India for recuperating his health. So at that time, at the airport, you must have seen that picture, famous picture of Srila Prabhupada sitting in a lounge. And one Mata disciple of Srila Prabhupada is holding the tickets and passport of Srila Prabhupada and she is not giving. Is that Mataji? Janki Mataji. Right? So how many of you seen the picture? Okay, many devotees have seen. So that picture you will see that how Mother Janki has taken the tickets and passports, etc. And then she is telling Prabhupada, now I have your tickets and passport. Let me see how you will go. We will not let you go. So now Srila Prabhupada is 71 years old man. And how much they are loving Srila Prabhupada. They don't want him to go away. And their relationship also so short. Such short relationship. Just 1 year. Still she doesn't want Srila Prabhupada to go away. So attracted to Srila Prabhupada. Normally in this world we don't see this kind of scene. When somebody's become old, so people wait that, hey Papa, abhi aapko bahut din ho gaya. Now several months you are here, Papa. Why don't you give the opportunity of service to you, to my brother? I will book your air conditioned 3rd AC, 2nd AC ticket. You can go comfortably. Right? So people, we can see in this world, sometimes they don't want them back. You stay there only, or they arrange some nice room in the orphanage. We have arranged a very nice room for you. You will stay there more comfortably. Here children are making noise. And somebody may be even thinking at the back of the mind that acha hai, one room will be emptied in the house, so our children can study there. So normally this is what we can see in this world possible happening, right? But here Srila Prabhupada is 71 years old man and he's not even giving anything to them. In this world, the old man has given the house and the, inheritance and so many things. But still people, they want him to go away or even leave away for good. But here Srila Prabhupada has not given them anything at all. No house, no money, nothing. But they are so much in love with Srila Prabhupada that they want Srila Prabhupada there only. And in this case also we can see Uddhavji. in these 6 shlokas, we can see how Uddhavji is departing. And Nanda Baba and their Vrajavasis, they taught Uddhavji how to love Krishna. Uddhavji came to teach them and then he stood learned, right? Still, they are not saying, junior devotee is going, let him go away. Okay, Prabhu, take care. We are busy. No. Just because he is a dear devotee, dear friend of Krishna, how much Nanda Baba and Vrajavasis, they are so much heartbroken that, he is going. So many months he was here and he was reminding us of Krishna. It was so nice with him, we were feeling relief. And now he is going. So all are coming and then together they are praying. So anybody who carries Krishna in his heart, they also become equally attractive. Like Krishna himself. Right? Now, Srila Prabhupada, because this chapter is very deep chapter, and one devotee was telling that entire Bhagavatam, entire 10th canto, this is the only chapter where Srimati Radharani has spoken a set of shlokas. 10 shlokas. Only chapter in whole Bhagavatam. Out of 333 chapters, this is the only chapter. Not one, not two, but 10 shlokas Srimati Radharani has spoken. And in previous purports, Srila Jiva Goswami had quoted Agni Purana to prove that these 10 shlokas are actually Srimati Radharani's speech. In the Gopi Gita even, although 19 shlokas are there, but understanding the mood of different shlokas, different gopis, it is understood that only one shloka is spoken by Srimati Radharani. Which is that shloka? Tava kathamritam tajivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. So Radharani sings only one shloka in Gopi Gita. But here in this chapter, Srimati Radharani is speaking 10 shlokas. Very deep chapter, this is very deep chapter. And His Grace, Kundal Krishna Prabhu was telling 2 days ago just, that out of the 5 Gitas, Venu Gita, Gopi Gita, and Pranaya Gita, Brahmar Gita. These are one of the 5 topmost, deepest Gitas of Srimad Bhagavatam. So I was thinking that what Srila Prabhupada has spoken about this chapter. So then I saw Krishna book, and then I also wanted to see in other places Srila Prabhupada's purports and lectures. So then I saw Srila Prabhupada largely whenever Srila Prabhupada speaks about Uddhavji, he is speaking about the 11th canto, instructions of Krishna to Mama Bhakti Mamojita, and keep doing sadhana and keep trying in the association of devotees, Shravanam Kirtanam, and then you will progress. But very few lectures, 3-4 lectures only Srila Prabhupada has mentioned about this chapter ka mood in his lectures. So one lecture which Srila Prabhupada gave in 1971 January 3rd in Surat. So in that Srila Prabhupada was telling that when Uddhav tried to preach before them about Jnana, they did not hear it very attentively. They simply absorbed in thought of Krishna. That is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. Never mind Krishna worship. One loves Krishna, and that is spontaneous. Love means that a lover does not consider what he is, the opposite party, what he is, whether he is a rich man or educated man or an uneducated man. There is no such consideration. Love is spontaneous. That is an example also. Similarly, love of Krishna, that should be simply spontaneous without any consideration. And then Srila Prabhupada compares this mood, last verse of Shikshtakam. Ashilishya Padaratam Pinashtu. And then Srila Prabhupada quotes this shloka here. Either you tramp down under your feet or embrace me, still I love you. That is love. That kind of love, which Vrajavasis are teaching us. This kind of love which is mentioned in Ashilishya Padaratam shloka. They are doing anything for Krishna, ready to do anything for Krishna. That is true love. So we can see in different devotees' lives also this thing manifest. Srila Madhavendra Puri was by Krishna, "Lord, that you please bring chandan for me. I am feeling very hot." So then Madhavendra Puri, he himself personally goes. Right? So long journey. And it's not easy journey. From Vrindavan to Puri, it's 2000 kilometers maybe, nearly. Even to go by train, it is so cumbersome. To go on foot, it's not easy. And that too, Madhavendra Puri has ayachaka vritti. He will not beg anything. If anything comes, we have 4 places journey prasadam arranged. In short journey also we have 3-4 places journey prasadam arranged. So no journey prasadam. And nobody coming to receive him in between, facilitate his night rest or something. No. And such long journey and all alone. And in between, Muslims, kingdoms will also come which, they harass him or because Hindu saint, what may happen, he doesn't know. I think such a big risk just to get chandan. Because Krishna wants. And in this old age also, Madhavendra Puri starts. And Kaviraj Goswami writes very important shloka there. Pragada premere ita swabhava nija dukha vigna dera na kare vichara. That intense love with Krishna, the sign of that intense love for Krishna is this only. That nija, dukha and vigna na kare vichara. The person is not considerate. No consideration about dukkha and vigna, means difficulties and obstacles. So any sort of dukkha or troubles or obstacles, he just does not consider this. He gets into the seva. So this mood of Vrajavasi see in Sri Vasudevji also. When Krishna told that you please take me to Gokul, immediately, now only, tonight, now. So Vasudevji did not say that, Hare, consider dukkha and vigna which is going to come. We have gone through the gruesome murder of our own 6 children just to get you. We have been living in this jail. We have been totally disrespected, separated from our near and dear one, kith and kin. So much dukkha we have gone through to get you, and now you are telling immediately order another order. And let alone dukkha, consider little vigna. Where we are sitting, can't you see my iron shackles in my feet and in my hands? How will, even I get up? And what to talk of, these shackles, then these iron bars are there, and then the whole prison house is there, and then the whole security guards are there. Kamsa security guard, cruel. And then even if I get out of this, anybody, anywhere in the between can catch me and then slit me, finish. Nothing. The moment Krishna ordered, Vasudevji even did not consider that my hands are shackled by iron chains. He just got up. And the moment he got up, that very moment all the shackles and iron chains and bars opened up. That very moment, he was not considering his own dukkha or vigna. Similarly, we can see Pandavas not considering their dukkha or vigna. Srila Prabhupada mentions in the first canto that when Abhimanyu died, Pandava's heart was so much broken. They were so much overwhelmed with grief that they could not do funeral ceremony also of Abhimanyu. They cannot do 5 Maharatis. They are not babies. When Arjuna twangs his bow, Kaurava's hearts are shattered. And they are so much overwhelmed with grief that they could not do they did not do the funeral ceremony of Abhimanyu. Baldevji had to come because he is maternal uncle of Abhimanyu. Baldevji had to come to do the funeral ceremony of. Baldevji is listening, standing in the front. So, Nityananda Prabhu, Balarama Hoilo Nitai, So Baldevji had to come and do the funeral ceremony for Abhimanyu. In this pitiable situation also Pandavas did not say to Krishna, Krishna, ab to bas karo. Let this war stop. No. Arjuna consoled himself and got back on the war. 18 days, 64 crore men died. Everything is finished. And the last posthumous child, that is Parikshit Maharaj, is also struggling for death. In this situation also Pandavas are not budging an inch in their resolve, in their deep determination to serve Krishna. And Krishna is sold out to such devotees. That Shukadeva Goswami mentions in first canto, 16th chapter, 16th verse. Sarathya parshad sevana sakhya dautya virasananugamana stavana pranaman snigdeshu pandushu jagat pranitim cha vishnor bhaktim karoti nipatis charanarvinde bhaktim karoti nipatis charanarvinde. So when Parikshit Maharaj heard how Krishna was serving by becoming Sarathi, by becoming Parshad, by serving, by Sakha, by Duta, Anugamana, Stavana, Pranaman, 9 different types of ways how Krishna was serving Pandavas. Because Pandavas were sold out to Krishna's will and wish. They were malleable to Krishna's will and wish. And out of love for Krishna, we will do anything. We are ready to pay any price. Any price. So this is the mood of gopis, or this is the mood of Brajavasis. And these are all Bhagavatam. We have our own Bhagavatam sitting right here. Sri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada, our founder Acharya. Less than these Brajavasis. When Srila Prabhupada was staying in Jiva Goswami's temple, Sri Radha Damodar temple, and he was relishing, he got darshan of Rupa Goswami. He is relishing the deepest moods. Prabhupada himself said, this is the hub wheel of the spiritual world, this temple of Jiva Goswami. And relishing Krishna's mood and Krishna's devotion and Gopi's devotion, or devotion, Rajvasi's devotion for Krishna, in that situation, Srila Prabhupada, taking the arduous journey of 37 days in this inhuman conditions of a cargo ship to go to America, risk everything. Nija dukkha vignadi nachar. Prabhupada did not consider. Prabhupada told in his own words later that I am prepared even if I get bread and potatoes, all that to eat, but I have to go to fulfill the order of spiritual master to teach in America. And where Srila Prabhupada is living, recently one senior devotee, Vijay Madhav Prabhu, had gone to that very streets where Prabhupada had been living in Bari, the Skids Row. So he had visited that place just a few months ago. So he was telling to Parthipriya Prabhu that, Prabhu, even today you cannot go to that place. Even today it is such a risky place. And Srila Prabhupada went 57 years ago, that risky place, in this Tamoguni place, deeply Tamoguna, without caring for his dukkha and vigna, teaching us this love for Krishna, manifesting by the via media of fulfilling the instructions of our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada ji. So when we hear these examples of Srila Madhavendra Puri, Pandavas, Vasudev ji or Srila Prabhupada, we think, yes, I also will do now. Nija dukkha vignadir, I will not care about this and I will do something big. And then, I was considering about my situation, that how weak I am, how short is my determination to do something substantial in my life, in my service to Guru and Krishna. So then what is the hope for me? I am so small and so weak. I may get surcharged, do something, but my finishes as soon as I enter the prasad hall. And after prasadam honoring, I become flat. So then what can I do? So then I happened to come across this Uddhavji only. And how Uddhavji is teaching us to practice in such a way to come to this platform of love for gopis, love for Krishna, Brajvasi's love for Krishna. How he is teaching in 3rd canto, 4th chapter. When Uddhavji says to Vidurji, Dekho, now it's time, I have to go serve in Badrikashram. Krishna has told me to go and satisfy the sages in Badrikashram, whom Krishna could not meet and serve, right? So I have to quickly go there. So I am leaving. Hare Krishna. Vidurji said, Hare, saintly people, they travel here and there to give Krishna Katha. Why don't you pour some Krishna Katha on me also? Please be merciful, teach me some Krishna Katha too. But you learned from Krishna so much. And Vidurji, in his deep ecstasy, previous couple of chapters, if you read in 3rd canto, chapter 2 and 3, if you see, Uddhavji goes in such deep ecstasy the moment he remembers Krishna, that now lecture is stopped. He was talking to Vidurji and stopped. He is remembering Krishna. Aho bakiyam stanakala kotam jigham sayapaya yadapya sadvi lebhe gatim dhatruchitam tato anyam kam va dayalum sharanam brajema. Uddhavji is remembering who can be more dear than Krishna. Hai. So, in deep ecstasy also, Uddhavji is speaking this shloka, 3.4.26. What is he telling? Sri Uddhavji said, you may take lessons from the great learned sage Maitreya, who is nearby and who is worshipable for reception of transcendental knowledge. He was directly instructed by the personality of Godhead while the latter was about to quit this mortal world. In this deep ecstasy also, Uddhavji is not forgetting Maryada. He is not forgetting proper dealings in Vaishnava circles. In this ecstasy, just like we saw the ecstasy of the ladies of Hastinapur. In that ecstasy also, they are careful about Krishna's pleasure. Similarly, you can see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after so much struggle, he entered Vrindavan. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya comes and says, Tumhare na paaye log mora matha khaye. You go here and there, and people whole day come and eat my head that, we want to invite Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to our house. Where is he? Where is he? Whole day they eat my head. I'm so much bothered here. And in that ecstasy, his life's goal was to go to Vrindavan. And Mahaprabhu, when he sees the situation of Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he says, okay, tomorrow only we will leave Vrindavan. In this state and in this achievement also, Mahaprabhu has not forgotten love and care for devotees and serve and please the devotees. So, Uddhavji also does not forget the Maryada. And very properly, Uddhavji very humbly says, I don't want to do Maryada Vatikram. Maitreya Muni also heard, just like I heard from Krishna, and he is much senior to me. And he is nearby available. All three reasons are correct. So you should please go and learn from him, Srimad Bhagavatam. Like that. So this is the right mood. Yesterday only we were listening to Prabhupada's lecture. And at one point Srila Prabhupada was telling about, protecting ourselves from ever Mayavadi things. And then Srila Prabhupada was telling East Bengal, one Brahmana came who meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and present his things, his work, his literary work. And Sarup Damodar Goswami found it is defective and he told that, Prabhu, your work is defective. And then very humbly he accepted East Bengal Brahmana. So when Sarup Damodar Goswami saw that he did not protest when I called his work as defective, he was ready to be corrected, he was ready to be guided, he was ready to be admonished or chastised or directed. Then Sarup Damodar Goswami changed his mind and then he guided him or advised him that see, Bhagavat Padagiya Bhagavata Sthane. You go and learn Bhagavatam from a Bhakta Bhagavat. Sit with him, serve him, please him, learn from him Bhagavatam. That way you get it. So we can see repeatedly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching in his life by his pastimes, and Gaura Bhakta Vrinda is teaching that this mood of ecstasy cannot be achieved without respecting devotees or loving and serving devotees properly. It is very easy to sing this shloka. Asamaho charnarenu jushamaham syam vrindavane kimapi gulmalatau shadhinam yadustejam sava janam Janamare patham cha hitva bhejur mukunda padavim shrutibhir vimigram. So Uddhavji is praying that let me be the Lata in Vrindavan outskirts. The gopis will trample me and then I'll get the dust and I'll be so blessed. You can sing these shlokas and feel very elevated. Like recently, Sriman Veera Krishna Prabhu spoke Bhagavatam class here. So he spoke 2 shlokas from Gopi Gita. I liked them very much, the way Prabhuji was singing with such devotion. So I immediately, learned those 2 shlokas. And then I was also singing those shlokas here and there in my mind. And I was feeling very elevated that I am very elevated devotee, what a wonderful shlokas I am enjoying, relishing. And then next day only what happened? One devotee had gifted me one, nice bottle. Nice bottle he had gifted me, which I had kept in the room somewhere. Because I did not need, I already had another bottle, so I did not need this bottle. So I kept it. कहीं तो काम पे आ जाएगा, कहीं use हो जाएगा. I kept it safely. And then when I went out, when I came back, then it was missing. Then I called, one of the devotees whom I held responsible that, because of you, this bottle is missing. And I admonished him that, what is you are doing? You lost the bottle and this. Then next day only I was thinking, see how this is why Mahaprabhu says, Mahaprabhu Bhakta Ganir Vairagya Pradhan. Yahan haite Gora Bhagavan. Yahan haite Prita Lagi Gora Bhagavan. See, that bottle was not mine in the first place. I did not need that bottle in the second place. And kept it unattended openly in the third place. But because it was in my custody, I developed attachment to that bottle. And for this petty little bottle, I did not resist myself from admonishing this devotee, wonderful Vaishnava. So then I was considering the situation. It is very easy to feel elevated by singing Gopi Gita shlokas. Pati sutanvaya bratra bandhava nati vilanghyate chutagata gati vidastavo gita mohita kitavajoshita kasta jenishi. One of the shlokas, 10:31:16. So you may feel, the meter is also very sweet and the, mood is very sweet. You may feel very elevated. But then down the ground, my dealing with the devotees are, is so unbecoming. Right? I may be enjoying this shloka, aham asa maho charanareno jusham aham syam. And then that very moment somebody may say, Hare Prabhuji, today, we have paneer sabji in the ashram. And it is limited only. These 2 statements if the devotee says, and the year it goes, I will forget all asa maho. I will immediately tell, let us run to save paneer sabji for only, taste buds. And little will I remember that Uddhavji, he has the qualification to sing this shloka because in his childhood, he used to forget paneer sabji. He will be serving Krishna so much. His mother will tell, beta, come and take prasadam at least. So it is very easy to sing these shlokas and feel very elevated, very special or very senior devotee. But then it's very difficult to do the homework which is required, which is given by Bhagavatam in this very chapter only. In this very chapter only. What? In text 54 and text 56 you can see. What is given? Uddhavji telling Krishna Katha to Vrajavasis. And Vrajavasi is telling Krishna Katha to Uddhavji. Matchitta madagata prana bodhayantha parasparam. Again. Kathyantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti ja. So both these devotees are doing Hari Katha, Bhagavad Katha amongst each other. Is one thing we can see. And similarly we can see in text 15 and text 66 that gopis are telling, when Radharani is telling, Krishna has left us, fine, we will suffer the pain and we will bear this pain of separation by chanting His holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. And Nanda Baba is also telling text 66, we will chant his holy names. And this is exactly the two things which Srila Prabhupada has given us, allocated the major time of our morning program every single day. Chanting holy names 2 hours and a Bhagavat 1 hour. Remaining activities 1 hour. So what Vrajavasis, in their deepest ecstasy, in their extreme separation of Krishna, the highest mood of Vrajavasis, in that they are relishing that very Sandhya, Srila Prabhupada has explained and rightly instituted and given to us as sadhana. Every single day if we do that with attention, with reverence, with proper preparation, in the association of devotees in the temple of Lord Hari, in the temple of Srila Prabhupada, and that was special Tapobhumi of Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON Juhu. What a fortune we can have. What a fortune we have. What a fortune. What a fortune. Not only Tapobhumi of Srila Prabhupada, and so many of Srila Prabhupada's wonderful disciples ka Tapobhumi also. We can never miss to remember the sacrifice of so many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples also, right? Here. So it is easy to relish this mood of gopis and Vrajavasis, and that is what I said in the last time we discussed. The remembrance of what awaits us at the end of journey, this deepest, sweetest emotions of love of Vrajavasis or Krishna and Krishna's love for Krishna, remembrance of this gives us the tolerance or the patience to go through this arduous journey of anartha nivritti. But we have to do our hard work. We have to do our practice of daily morning program. That is what Srila Prabhupada was telling yesterday. Although Srila Prabhupada was telling such high level philosophy, but then Srila Prabhupada was telling, to practice, you have to practice enthusiasm. Man mana bhav mat bhakto. Srila Prabhupada brought it so down, Bhagavad-gita shloka. And then Srila Prabhupada was telling, getting up early in the morning, not being lazy in that, daily rise in the morning, chant Hare Krishna, hear Bhagavatam. This is the way which Srila Prabhupada has given the morning program. This is our ticket back to Godhead. We have already got it. We just have to protect it and use this ticket every single day to come to this temple hall and try to attend the whole morning program. And surely, slowly but surely, this was Srila Prabhupada's mantra which Srila Prabhupada spoke many times. Slow but sure. We did not change the process. One person was telling, one devotee was telling that when Warren Buffett was interviewed, that how you became so rich. So the interviewer asked him, Hare Buffett ji, your process of becoming rich is so simple. Why everyone follows this process and becomes so rich? And Warren Buffett replied, very different line, because most people don't want to become rich slowly. Because most people don't want to become rich slowly. They want to become rich overnight. That is why YouTube is filled with videos. इस तरह से धन वर्षा का राज. 15 days you will become rich. 1 month you will become rich. So then he was telling that you don't need to do anything special. You just need to follow the same process repeatedly with better quality. Repeatedly the same process. Repeatedly. The same process of morning program. Repeatedly you have to follow. Nothing special, nothing to add or subtract in this. Recently when Jayadvat Maharaj came, he was speaking one of the last questions, he answered this only. Not that we have some special mantra or some special sutra. The same, chanting, reading, hearing in the morning program with the association of devotees in front of deities in Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. The same process, just we have to improve the quality of this. Our participation and meditative presence in this every single day. Uddhavji is teaching, gopis are teaching his holy names and holy fame. We have to bathe our consciousness attentively every single day, and that is how surely we will come over Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Tada rajastamo bhava kam lobhadaschaye Chet etairanavidham satam sitam sattve prasidati. You will be established in goodness and transcending gradually go to divine goodness. So we will stop here. We discussed in 3 sections. First we discussed the section how when Krishna departs, devotees miss him very much. Or anybody carrying Krishna in his heart, when they depart, they also become, very heart-rending scene. And secondly, then we discussed at Srila Prabhupada telling Ashlishava Padratam Pinashtumam Vala Shloka that the real love means Nija Dukha Vignadi Na Kare Vichar, ready to do any service. Then third part we discussed how practically in our life we can take baby steps to one day be able to reach this platform where by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet dust and all the Vaishnavas and followers of Srila Prabhupada, one day we may even in some life come to this platform that we may also develop such love that we are ready to do anything and everything for Krishna's love. For that, baby steps you understood is chanting the holy names attentively and chanting the holy names or participating in the holy fame attentively every single day with the devotees. And this sadhya and sadhana is same. Only we have to repeat it with better and better quality. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. We have 5-6 minutes if any devotees wish to give any corrections or any comments or any suggestions or any questions. Oh, Prabhuji is here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for this beautiful class. So you were mentioning how that this temple is Tapabhumi of Srila Prabhupada and his many disciples. Sometimes we may also feel that it is our Tapabhumi also. So
our is Bhog Bhumi.
So sometimes, of course, you answered this that we have to not consider our dukkha and vigna. But then the feeling may come, okay, why only me? Why every time me only? How to overcome this?
Thank you for hearing so attentively. Just like if somebody is giving you Radha-Rasa-Bihari's Mahaprasadam Rasgulla every day, twice in a day, what will you reply? Similarly, opportunities to serve Krishna, sacrifice for Krishna, is sweeter than the sweetest Rasgulla in this world. When Govinda Dasi Mataji, she wrote a WhatsApp to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, please come to Hawaii. In this part of the year, in this season, the mangoes in Hawaii are the sweetest. And then Srila Prabhupada replied back, preaching in risky lands of Russia is sweeter than the sweetest mango of this world. Srila Prabhupada ki. So, but as Srila Prabhupada says in 1.6.26 purport, last word, according to our capacity. According to our capacity. To the degree I am able to see this situation or this service as a servable, workable challenge. You are able to see it as an opportunity to sacrifice for Krishna, to work hard for Krishna. To that degree, you take it. But if you are becoming irritable, critical, blasphemous, disturbed in your morning program, etc., and many other corollary things happening, then better confide it with a devotee whom you confide in or who you feel is very inspirational in your spiritual life. That is why it is very important for all of us. If we really want to apply the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in our life, it's super important for all of us to have a devotee easily, closely, frequently available, whom I trust as authorized and has snigdha heart for me. And I can confide in me my feelings frankly and honestly, without any, external show off. You can frankly tell, this is what I am feeling, Prabhuji, or this is what I am feeling, Guru Maharaj. frankly and honestly, and let them then chastise me, admonish me, rebuke me, castigate me in any way to correct me and direct me and guide me. I should have one such devotee. So, to the degree we are able to see that from the Krishna conscious angle, the different difficulties, obstacles, go on. But if it is going overboard, then better confide. Because Srila Prabhupada knows that we cannot become, at his level or an advanced level suddenly overnight. It's a whole scientific process. It's a whole process. And Srila Prabhupada is ready to personally guide us through his purports and his lectures and his morning walk conversations, provided we tune in to Srila Prabhupada's channel every day, beginning with the morning program. Could I serve in some way? Okay. Any other? You can give correction.
Hare Krishna. It is in Bhagavad-gita it is given, Jesvan Twantaganta Papam Janana Punya Karmanam Te Danda Nimukta Bhajante Mam Dudabhata. What is that Punya Karmanam? Jesvan Twantaganta Papam Janana Punya Karmanam.
Yeah. So although Srila Prabhupada has spoken many times this shloka, many times, quoting that Punya Shravana Kirtana, that just by participating in this classes on Bhagavatam and Bhagavad-gita, you will become purified. And on this chapter also Srila Prabhupada has spoken this very thing. And whenever Srila Prabhupada quotes these things, then Srila Prabhupada says, this shloka, Jananam Punya Karmanam, Te Dvandva Moho Nirmukta, their Dvandva, their Sambandha Gyan will be totally clear. At the same time, Srila Prabhupada other places also tells that actually this shloka we need not worry about. Devotees who have surrendered to a bona fide Vaishnava Guru, Srila Prabhupada's line, Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, devotees who have surrendered to a proper Vaishnava Guru, they need not worry about that if I am not purified, so then you just follow, Srila Prabhupada said, you just follow 16 rounds and 4 regulative principles sincerely, properly, thoroughly, all your life, done. And that is what we can see His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Maharaj in his last message. He reiterated the same thing, exact same thing. First he gave the basis that why Srila Prabhupada gave these two things. Not that Srila Prabhupada had a dream or something. It is so much in the Shastra. And Srila Prabhupada knew our pulse. We need not add or subtract anything. Prabhupada knew going forward 10,000 years. If this much can be done. Once his guest Praneshwar Prabhu was telling that at some point, many years ago, some devotees wanted to have Ekadashi also joined in along with these two things. At Solamala, Charniyam and Ekadashi. These three things compulsory you have to do if you have to initiate it or like that. But then other devotees, senior devotees said, no, Srila Prabhupada said, Solamala, Charniyam. Of course, this does not mean that Ekadashi is not important. Ekadashi is super important. Srila Prabhupada has told sufficiently about Ekadashi. But if we are doing the Solamala, Charniyam regularly and being loyal to Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON, surely Srila Prabhupada will take us. We should have no second thought about it if we do it whole life. We need not worry even about becoming Punya fully. At the same time, yes, devotees are the best moralists, the devotees are the best ethical people in society. So they surely want to be Punya, purified of the gross and subtle sins also. So that is why this shloka applies to us also. But we need not be morose or depressed about this Punya Karmana, that oh, I am so sinful, I am still having such deeply bad inclinations in my life. What is the resolve? What is the restore? How will I be protected? We just need to make sure that serving Srila Prabhupada's mission, Sola Mala Charniyam, if I am doing, done. Nothing else, done. We will be taken care by the power of Srila Prabhupada's mercy and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy.
Yeah, that is Cheto Darpana Marjanam.
Yeah, this is what Shloka Srila Prabhupada quotes.
You should purify your contaminations from your aratas.
Perfect. This is exactly the Shloka Srila Prabhupada quotes to substantiate this point which I said. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So we'll stop here. Time is up. Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananta Kodi ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.